Tiana, where did you just head off to? I can't seem to find you anywhere now. I just took a walk around the place with some of your family and we can't find you anywhere. Huh? Stop making me sound like a ninja that just vanished out of thin air. Are you not happy that I got up and left the funeral like that just then? The funeral is all over with now, so you shouldn't have any complaints with me going home, right? I did my job as the wife of Michael by being there, so what more could you ask of me? I don't care that you want to go home now. Honestly, that's totally fine, considering how exhausted you must be now after everything. But I feel kind of sad that you left Jack here all alone like this. He's not all alone right now. He has you there still to look after him, right? I understand that I'm still here, but he's only 3 years old, okay? Nobody else here besides myself and our parents have met him before, so he's probably a bit uncomfortable. He was walking around looking for you for a bit there with tears in his eyes because you left him. He's a kid, and that's what kids his age will do. If you continue to spoil them with always trying to cater to their tears, they'll grow up to become spoiled brats and useless adults. I've been thinking about things a lot recently. Is that right? Understood. Then for a little bit, I'll take care of him for you. But could you please come back and get him before you take off? I won't, but I'm happy to hear that you'll take care of him for me. Now you'll be able to feel a little bit more like a mother yourself, right? What? I mean, you're still single, aren't you? You also don't happen to be all that good looking, and it's starting to look as though you'll never have a family of your own if you don't find a man to marry right now. Aren't you happy to even be able to care for a child? That's an experience that most women like you will never be able to have their whole entire life, so be grateful, would you? Why are you trying to bully me about that right now? I'm not trying to bully you, rather just tell you the way things are. I don't think someone like yourself will ever be able to get married to anyone. You're a bit clumsy of a woman after all, and that's on top of you not looking great at all to begin with. But I guess that's the case when you're the little sister of a man like Michael. What exactly do you mean by that? I mean, when it comes to him, he was also a bit clumsy and a pretty uncool man because of it. He was also very stingy with his money, and he never did anything for his wife, making him a pretty useless husband all in all. Honestly, him passing away like that has really made things easier for myself now that I won't have to think about going through a divorce. Today is the day of his funeral, Tiana. What kind of nerves do you have to be saying something like that right now? I happen to still be his wife, so I have the right to say whatever I want about him, right? But I am thankful for what he'd done for me. Thankful for what? I'm thankful that he's allowed me to gather all of this money from you guys as gifts for his funeral today. With this, I'll now be able to run away from this small little boring town he forced me to live in. You bitch. How unsightly. And what do you mean, get away from this town? I meant what I said. Did you really think I enjoyed sticking around this town with Michael not choosing to divorce him? The moment he really became ill, I started to really look forward to his death. I have his life insurance in my hands now, as well as all this money you've all given for his funeral, which means I have the ability to get out of this hellhole now. You rotten bitch! There also happens to be Jack, though, right? Which means as a part of the family, you all will be helping to take care of him by sending me money, right? In other words, I'm pleased by this outcome. I'm sure that Michael's looking down right now with a massive grin on his face because of how happy I am. Unbelievable. I'm going to tell the whole family about everything you just said about Michael. And about the real monster you've been deep down. Sure, go right ahead. I'm not going back to that funeral now, and I'll be out of everyone's sight sooner than you think. What? What do you mean by that? I know you were talking about leaving town, but what about your son? What about Jack? Now that my husband is gone, I'm tossing my kid out of my life as well, and I'm going to live a free life again. I've left him there with all of you guys, so you can go ahead and take care of him for me. You're going to regret doing something like that. I most definitely will not. I've been having to bear with all of you, waiting for a day like today to finally come, so I won't regret a thing. Are you really okay with what you're about to do then? Throwing away all the ties you have to this family and your son like that? Actually, I'm really happy about it. As long as I can get away from all of you in this crappy town for good, I'll be happy forever. I've never really been close to your family anyway, and I always viewed Michael and your family as really lame as well. I feel like I've finally cut those chains that you tied me down with. So you're really never going to be seeing any one of us again then? And that's because I don't want to. Now, with all of that, I can leave Jack in your hands forever now, right?
That damn bitch, Tiana. How dare she freaking do this? Esta, I'm so very sorry that you've had to hear all that crap from her firsthand.
Don't be. I'm in shock after what I'd heard, but I'll be all right. I never really had good relations with her from the start, so all of this doesn't really faze me, besides the surprise of seeing her leave her son like this.
She has a totally crap attitude, that woman. Honestly, the only thing I can say about her anymore is that she's rotten to the core.
Yeah, she is.
Ever since she was a little girl, she always looked down on and talked poorly about everyone else. She somehow learned to think that was okay to see herself as the best, and that everyone else was just getting in her way. She's become that kind of person that tramples on others to get what she wants, no matter how badly she hurts them. And when I got scammed really badly in the past, she treated me like I was mentally handicapped.
I remember that, when you got scammed really bad like that. And now that I think about it, the culprit still hasn't been caught.
Well, all that is a subject of talk for another day, I suppose. But when it comes to Tiana, she's always been a stain on this family's reputation. To think she'd do something as embarrassing as this to you all, though.
It really makes me sad thinking that my older brother got married to a witch like her. I wonder how things were for him when he was still alive and had to sleep in the same bed as her.
Michael had always been the kind to look past people's faults. I wanted to talk with him a lot, brother-in-law to brother-in-law, but he never seemed too upset about the way his wife behaved when he was around.
I know, and that's because he was a very kind person all the way to his heart.
Anywho, I'm going to talk with all of my family about what Tiana's done as well. Honestly, if this means that we never ever have to see her or hear from her again, that will help us all out a ton.
You really think so?
I really do. Even before marrying your brother, she had a hard time handling things like money. And the way she treated everyone else was obviously a problem. My parents and everyone were already on the path to cutting ties with her, but now that she's running off, we can totally forget about her coming back to us.
That's a good point. If she stays away from all of us forever and we never have to see her again, that's the best outcome.
That's right. She's a rotten soul, that bitch.
Hey, Esta, would you be able to give me my son back now? What? Is this you, Tiana? After all this time has gone by, why the hell are you wanting to talk to me again now? What kind of tone is that? I just asked for my son back, so give him back to me. You've had 6 years now to enjoy raising a child of your own, right? I want to know what the hell you're talking about right now. I have no plans of ever giving Jack back to you. You can act like he's your son all you want and that you don't have to give him back, but that's just a false reality you're living in. Listen, Esta, that kid is not yours and rightfully belongs to his real mother. And when his real mother is asking for her kid back, you give him back to her. And you think asking for him back now actually means anything to anyone? What is this? What the hell are you planning to do with him? I guess I've got no other options then. Alrighty. All right. You really need that much money from me then? Excuse me? That's your goal with all of this right now, isn't it? I get what you're after. I get it. So how much do you want from me? Take a second to just say the number and we'll see what I can do. This has nothing to do with money, Tiana. No matter how much you hand over to me, I'm not letting you take Jack back. The fact that you're trying to act so tough right now means nothing to me because I'm getting that boy back. Do you even have any money right now that would allow you to just pay me what I ask? In the past, you were in such financial trouble that you'd go around to everyone in the family begging for more. Well, right now I'm married to the owner of a large company. What? And this large company happens to be making bank for him. So when it comes to money, I'm not worried at all. Then why are you asking for a kid you abandoned long ago back from me now? Well, the thing is, my husband is asking for us to have a kid now, but I don't want to have to go through all the trouble of getting pregnant again and having another one, right? And that's when I thought about how I already have a little brat back in my hometown. You are awful. I'm not going to hand Jack over to someone like you. So just give up right now and go away. Huh? I have no reason to give up someone like my son, right? Well, I'm still being kind to you. Hand my kid over and I'll leave you be. No way. Just give up already and go make a kid with your new husband. Oh, I guess I'll just have to come and get him in person then. What? Hey, who the hell is this kid? What the hell happened to my Jack? Where is my son at right now? That kid you just saw is Jack. Stop lying to me. If he was really Jack, then why did he look at me screaming, "Who's that?" at the top of his lungs? He has a really blunt attitude, doesn't he? Screaming something like that at an adult he has no clue about and doesn't care for? I'm not talking about his attitude when it came to screaming that. I'm questioning why he wasn't aware of who I am in the first place. Why doesn't he remember me at all? It's been 6 years since he's last seen you, right? And at that time, he was only 3 years old and barely spent time with you. So it's no surprise that he doesn't know who the hell you are now. What the hell does he think he's doing forgetting about his own mother like that? Is that brat really trying to play games with me now or something? Anyway, you understand how things are now after that, right? He doesn't care about someone like you like he did when he was 3 and won't be going with you. I don't care if he knows me or not. I am his real mother. And seeing you try to act like his actual mother still makes me laugh. Why do you think I'm going to give you Jack back now? After the way you threw him and the rest of your family out, things aren't going to go your way. My husband Richard is asking for a kid. He told me he needs at least one son so that he has someone to leave his company with in the future. I was thinking about having another baby, but that would be a pain in my ass. And since my first son is 8 or 9 years old now, I won't have to raise him like a toddler anymore, making things easy for me. What kind of a rotten reason is that? Taking back the son you abandoned so long ago for a reason like that is terrible for him. Oh, come on. Seeing him have to suffer another day with a woman who isn't even his mother like that is terrible for the kid. You've pretty much gone and unlawfully taken my son, haven't you? What did you just say? If you keep on acting like a selfish prick about my son, then I'm going to call my husband. Can you even imagine the kind of money and power a man of his status has right now? What kind of threat is that? I don't really care what you call and tell your husband about. Go right ahead and tell him everything I've said about Jack. So you're really all right with that then? Then I guess I'll have to call him over to your place right now to deal with you. When he hears me pleading for him to come out and help me get my son back, he'll be here before you know it. Are you really sure he's the CEO of a company then? Him being able to come at the cry of your voice means he must have a lot of time on his hands. He will put all of his other duties aside when he hears me calling for him is what I'm saying. All right, there we go. I just dialed in his phone number and I'm calling him now. He just picked up. And he's coming by a taxi right now. Oh man, I don't know what he's going to do to you now. And I don't care. Ugh. Has he come yet, Tiana? He has. He came all the way out here from his very busy job. Now you hurry it up and open the door to your house right now. Hold on. Is that guy really the owner and operator of a company? Why did he show up in such a lively-looking shirt? When you get to that level that Richard is at, you don't have to wear things like suits anymore. Did you always think that when you become an adult, you always had to wear business attire or something? That's what I expected from someone living out in the middle of nowhere. You're from the same place as me. And when it comes to your husband, he's so suspicious looking that I'm not opening this door to you guys. If you don't open this door, then I'm not sure what'll happen, all right? I have no clue at all what Richard could do when he becomes angry. That kind of man runs a massive company that makes a lot of money. He is way too fishy to me. So could you both please get off my property right now? I will call the police on you both if you don't walk away right now. Go right ahead and give them a call. I'd love to have them come here. All we're doing is standing in front of your house at the front door. We're not even ringing your doorbell or anything, so there's no crime the police could have us arrested for, right? Now that you can see we're not afraid of you, come out and give us back Jack. Don't waste any more of our time, please. When it comes to Richard, his time is one of his most important resources. Wait, what? Why are the police?
Hey, you. Did you have any idea who that man was before you started to go out with him and get married?
Danny? Hey, what the hell is going on right now? Why is Richard being taken away by the police right now?
Just answer the goddamn question for me, please. Do you have any clue what kind of man that guy is?
You know that I know the kind of man he is. He's a CEO of a very massive company that's made him hundreds of thousands of dollars so far, and he is filthy, stinkin' rich.
And do you know what kind of company he's running?
Well, that's the one thing I don't really know about. I hear that it has something to do with space or something like that. He told me that he's developed some really amazing technology for space through his company.
And what kind of technology is that, which is so amazing in connection with space? I'm sure you don't have an answer to that because the man you've been with happens to be a scammer.
What?
I was scammed by that asshole a while back. A year ago, my friends and I were talked to about investing in something of his that he'd said he'd make us a ton of money doing. But that never ended up happening, and he took all the money we gave him. We weren't even the first or the last people he had scammed, as he hit many other people to the point the police were right on his trail and ready to act when he came back out of hiding.
Wait, there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here, right? Richard would never be someone like a scammer. He should be released by those cops any minute now.
Take a look at reality, please. Is there any evidence at all that he's given to you that points to him being the CEO of some massive company? Do you have evidence that points to him having a lot of money either?
Shut up already, Danny. Richard is not some kind of a dirty scammer.
The only reason he wants a kid right now is for the money they would provide him, I'm sure. And I think he's assuming that by having a kid around him, it'll be less likely that anyone would suspect him of anything and give him even more of their money.
Why do you keep saying things like that? There is no way in hell that could be the case. My husband happens to really love kids.
No, he does not. When he went and scammed my friends and I, he brought along this kid with him.
What?
He told us at that time that it was his son's bring your kid to work day at school, and that's why he was along with him. He told us that boy was his.
You're lying. No way.
He's a professional liar, Tiana. Now stop trying to fight the truth and accept it already. He's gone and lied to you as well, and nothing more than that.
But he's my husband of all people. He would never lie to someone like his wife, would he?
Tell me, how many years have the two of you been together now?
How long have we... About 4 months or so now?
Jesus Christ. Whatever, I guess. I don't have to prove anything to you, because the police will be able to do that for me pretty soon here. For the time being, the rest of the family and I are going to continue keeping ties cut to you. So don't expect any of us to help you out later on.
Today I'm going to head back home, but you remember all of this, all right? I'm going to be back for that kid and make sure that I have him in my house again. Hey, Esta, I'm giving up on Jack now, as long as you go ahead and lend me some money. Huh? Right now, you and the family are working together to take care of Jack, right? Which means that if you're also living together with the family, then you have a lot of money saved up. What the actual hell are you talking about? You get what I'm saying, right? I want you to lend me some money. Richard got arrested and things have been going crazy for me. And why do I have to help you get out of that situation? You and I both hate each other, right? You and I are not enemies. We're family. I never knew that Richard was a scammer like Danny was saying he is. That makes me a victim to his lies as well now, right? Is that so? Please help me. I thought that Richard would be able to pay everything off for me and went and had a spending frenzy with my credit cards. I'm in a lot of debt right now and have been removed from the house I was living in. Right now, I'm in a seriously tough situation and need someone to help me out here. Which is why I won't bother with getting Jack back as long as you lend me some money. You won't bother with Jack? That's only because you and your scamming husband don't need him anymore, right? What? To you and your husband, all Jack is a tool that you both plan to exploit. You just wanted to take him away from us for your husband. Actually, it's at the point now where if we said we would give him to you, you wouldn't take him, right? Come on now, that doesn't matter anymore, does it? You've been single all your life, but were given the gift of raising a child, so isn't this outcome perfect for you? You can have even more fun with Jack, right? Like you've been having these past 6 years. And since things have been so good for you with him, you can thank me for giving birth to him, right? Shut the hell up already. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talking poorly about someone like Jack any longer. Huh? Wait, I wasn't trying to talk poorly about him. You are, though. How much more are you going to talk about Jack like he's just an item? There's no value in helping you out. Goodbye forever. Hold on a second. Why are you getting so mad at me all of a sudden? I'm the one that wants to get all upset right now and rage. Then go ahead and get mad. I don't care what you do and never will. But no matter how much you sit there screaming your eyes out, everyone around you is just going to laugh and point. What? What the hell did you just say about me? And what the hell have you been saying to me? I'm not going to sit here listening to you talking about my family like that. I was able to bear you talking about my older brother horribly in the past, but not anymore. I will not let you get off easy this time. Hold on, I get it, all right? I'll apologize to you. I have a lot of problems going on right now, so would you please just listen to me? No frickin' thanks. I've had enough of you now, so screw off. What? No, wait, hold on, please. I'm asking you to please just listen to me. No, I'm done listening to you, and I'm done talking to you now. I won't allow any more of my time to be wasted on you. My time with Jack is very important to me, and it cannot be wasted on rotten monsters like yourself.
After all of that, you really helped us out. Thankfully, she showed up right as we were about to move out of there.
No worries, Danny, and thank goodness for that. From what it looks like, she still hasn't realized we left and is still just hanging around the place waiting for us.
And that means we really were able to get out of that house before she could figure out our new location. We can finally rest easily knowing that she won't be coming around again. This outcome seems to be the best for us.
And things went all right for yourself as well. That scammer who got you last year was finally caught and taken to jail.
That's right. But man, that was only a coincidence that helped him get caught, right? Thank you so much, Esta.
What? You really don't have to thank me, all right?
This time, I'm thanking you for taking care of Jack, as well as taking care of all that talking with Tiana. As you know, my family's pretty weak when it comes to drama, yet you were able to put up with all of that and tell her off. I think this was Tiana's first time ever being told off with such force, and that's why she didn't know how to react. Having someone like you around us still has really been a blessing.
Come on. I didn't really do anything extraordinary, though.
Unlike me, you are far more put together and responsible. I'm supposed to be older than you. You're even more mature.
Well, I suppose so then. After all, I wasn't the one that believed some scammer would make me a bunch of money.
Bringing that up against me is a bit much.
It was just a joke. I promised to keep taking great care of Jack for my older brother's sake. That's the one thing he'd ever ask me to do for him, I'm sure.
Thank you. If there's ever anything you are struggling with, please let my parents and I know, and we'll be there to support you.
After that, having lost both her house and all her money, Tiana was left wandering around the old house and that neighborhood in general, begging people for their money at times as they walked by. We all made sure to move away from there so that she would never be able to run into any one of us, and that's how we hope things will stay. However, for that poor woman, she'll most likely never leave that neighborhood again, in hopes that we'll one day return. I'm sure that one day, though, she'll realize that we sold the house and all, and that someone new might buy it and move in. And when that does happen, if that does happen, she'll be lost with no leads at all. Then only God will know what she'll do after that, but I'm sure it won't have anything to do with us. As for her ex-husband Richard, the mass scammer who ended up scamming close to 17 different people, he was sent to prison after a couple of court processions where he had to face those that he had scammed. In total, he would owe close to $560,000 to those 17 people, and one of those people would be Danny himself. Danny never once told anyone about how much he lost to Richard back when he was scammed, but after Danny had gotten the money back, he took his parents and myself out to eat, and boy, did he splurge on all of us. Richard is now having to serve time in prison for what he's done, and is set to stay there for close to 10 years before he's set to be let out. Maybe when that time comes, Tiana will finally be able to go after him and take him down for lying to her and putting her into so much debt. That is, of course, if she is still around to do so. As for the family and I, we all started living new chapters of our lives forgetting about Tiana. And the new place I'm living at is close to my parents' place as well, so they come over often to play with Jack and I. Danny and his parents ended up fully moving in with me now, which is quite strange to me at times since I'm not Danny's wife or anything. But that doesn't matter since they all do their part to help with Jack, as well as pay for the bills for me pretty often. Everyone in my family and Danny's family is really kind and supportive of the life I'm living now with Jack, and always have been. But sometimes I wish that Michael was back, enjoying these moments with us. However, I know that will never come to be, and so the best thing to do is move on like the rest of our family, knowing that a part of him will always be in his son. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Looks like the old hag is going to be living a gloomy life for the rest of time. You're going to regret things for the rest of your life after what you did today. Calling me an old hag? I would like to ask you what you think you're doing talking to one of your higher-ups like that. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing at all that I need to be regretting, and am not convinced that my life will be forever gloomy like you think. Just because I'm telling you the reality of your situation now, don't think you can clap back at me for it. Do you have any idea who I am? I am the executive director's daughter, of all people. And as for you, it doesn't seem like I'll ever have to see you again because you're done for. What do you mean by that? By the end of today, you will no longer be a part of this company anymore. Just because I came into work a little bit drunk today, you think you can caution me about it? That's what we call workplace harassment. Workplace harassment. You could be fined for something like that by the company, and I could take you to court and sue you for every penny you have if I really wanted to. I've already gone and told my dad about this, and I'm going to have you fired now. Sucks to suck, doesn't it? An old hag like you will have no chance at all of finding yourself a new job once you've been kicked out of this place, so consider this the end for you. You call the state that you came into work today a little drunk? You came into the office smelling like the floor of a dive bar, and then you couldn't even walk straight for more than a millisecond. I also saw you rush to the bathroom when you first came out of that elevator and could hear you in there vomiting your guts out. Whichever way you try and think about it, you shouldn't be coming into work like that. And this wasn't even the first time you've behaved that way. As one of your higher-ups, I did the right thing by going and warning you about the punishment for continuing to do that. It is against this company's policy, and I'm pretty sure any company's policy, to be coming into work in such an inebriated state. It couldn't be helped, all right? I was out really late last night messing around at the club, and after that I went out to some bars to grab a few drinks until the sun came up. And that all happened before I realized that it was only Wednesday and I had to be into work by 9. Do you mind taking a moment to understand the culture of us younger folk? We all love going out to clubs and the bars to get drunk and mess around, even if it's during the week. Oh, but for an old hag like you, that's impossible. What do you think of your career in this company? Is it just a game to you? Because I am well aware of the reasons for why you're working here right now, and that you were only hired because of the word your father went and put in for you. And since I respect your father a lot, I was very excited to see who you were and be the one in charge of your training and work. However, right now, I'm tired of listening to all your small comments about what I'm doing. I don't care about what you think, and I never will. Old hags sure don't seem to read the room very well, do they? You seem to think that your opinion is something that the rest of the world should have as well, right? I guess people weren't kidding when they said that as one gets older, they are less likely to be open-minded about things and then become stuck in their ways. Well, when I start to become old, I promise that I'll never turn into whatever the hell you've become. Paige, I don't care that you're the daughter of the executive director. There are things you should be saying and things you should not be saying to others. And right now, everything you're saying to me is not acceptable. And like I said, you're already fired, so you can shut up. I literally do not care to listen to your little snotty comments anymore, because all they're doing is pissing me off. Anyhow, you're fired, which means that you never come around me ever again, please. I'm really sorry, George. I don't think I'm ever going to become as amazing of a manager as you are. Perhaps it's time I start thinking about other paths in the company that are a lot better suited to someone like myself.
I just saw that you started to text me for the first time in such a long time. But what's all this about? You don't feel as though you're doing a good job as a manager anymore and want to do something else now?
Just a second ago, I received a few texts from your daughter, from Paige. She told me that she went to her father and said that he's going to fire me now. In other words, you're going to be firing me now, right?
What did you say?
To be honest with you, I'm in shock over what she said. To think that I'm hated that much by someone like Paige. I was just trying to become like you, a higher-up who made sure to turn me into an ace employee for this company. But I guess becoming someone like you is too much for me. So it's probably time for me to step down from this position and go back to working as a base-level employee here.
At one point today, she did come to me about something like that. She made this massive deal about wanting me to fire a female higher-up of hers. But to think that she was talking about you that whole time? Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to listen to anything she said for me to do. I'm kind of tired of having to hear that girl say some of the stupidest things to me all the time. I kind of made it clear to her then that I was going to think about everything before I made a decision based on what she'd asked. But it seems she didn't even listen to that last part and just assumes I'm going to fire you now. Why was she even coming to me asking for that in the first place, though? What happened between you two that led her to want you fired?
Actually, almost every single day, your daughter is coming into work drunk and reeking of alcohol. I have warned her about that multiple times now, saying she could get into serious trouble, but that doesn't seem to have worked on her. And so this morning, I was a bit tougher on her about it.
So that's what led to her coming to me about you, right? To think that my own daughter would be coming into work every day drunk? I knew that she would stay out pretty late every night playing around, but because she was making it into work on time every day, I didn't think there were any issues with the life she'd been living. I'm sorry, this has all happened because I'd taken my eyes off of her too quickly.
If you're going to blame yourself for this, allow me to at least take a little bit of it too. I'm the one who was tasked with taking care of Paige as her boss after all. As her direct manager and everything, I wanted to really do my best taking care of her and turning her into a good employee.
You're not to blame for any of this.
I've been thinking, maybe it's time I take a break from all this.
Don't be so quick to ask for something as idiotic as that.
But I'd like to go to the hospital is all.
As long as you're not leaving us for good, that's fine. I don't want to lose you, especially since all this time you've done so much for this company. As for my daughter, you can let me deal with her.
I can't stop laughing. So you're not even going to try coming into work today? You made all these claims about how a true adult should be acting, and yet here you are slacking off from work, not showing up for it today. Today I made sure to take the day off. I already told my boss that I'd be taking the day off and couldn't come in. So there shouldn't be an issue, right? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you're not staying home today because you were told that you'd be getting fired and that put you into a deep state of shock? If you're wanting to talk about me being shocked because of something, that's true. And because of that, I'm a bit too tired to be coming into work today. So right now I'm at the hospital having a checkup done to make sure I'm not sick with anything serious. You're getting a checkup done at the hospital? You literally sound like a grandma. If things are becoming too much for you, maybe it's best you begin to think about retirement. Do you know who's to blame for me being in this state, though? Who do you think has had to be the one doing all of that extra work you left behind after never doing your job? I've had to stay late after everybody else leaves the office, all in order to take care of the work you never did. I have been working so much recently that it's begun to affect my health. Hey, that's all happened because you suck at getting your work done on time. How about you stop blaming me for that, please? Really, you are a useless boss. The fact that you're now going to blame your subordinate for your own problems means that you really are not needed anymore. Since you're a failure as my boss, you mind leaving the company right now for me? I see. Well, I guess I'll leave then. I didn't realize you hated me that much to say those things about me today. Had you quit from the very start, you wouldn't have to be as sick as you are now. To tell you the truth, not a single person in this department has ever dared go against the word of the executive director's daughter besides the old hag. I'm the leader of this place after all, and you should be punished for going against me. But those who you seem to think you rule over aren't as many as you might think. To be honest, pretty soon here you're going to lose all of those who you think are your subjects. Stop it with that sore loser talk. Just shut the hell up, you old hag, and get lost. Well, when you're crying your eyes out later, I'm not going to listen to it. Huh? I'm not going to be crying my eyes out over anything, though. Hello, old hag on the verge of death. You should have gotten a call from my dad already, right? Did you just avoid his call because you're too afraid to take a call from him talking about how you'll be fired? Sorry about that. I had just gotten back home and was taking a nap. There are close to 500 missed call notifications on my phone from him. Seems like your father is really in trouble. I'll have to go and apologize to him later. Well, you apologizing to him isn't going to change the fact that you're being fired. I've already started going around the office telling everyone about it too, which means that now everyone in the company is going to know that you'll no longer be working here anymore. There's no way for you to make a comeback now. That's what I expected. Your father did end up sending me a very long message while he was trying to get a hold of me. He asked me if I'm really planning to leave the company and that I really can't do something as stupid as that. I think your father freaked out after hearing the rumor you'd been spreading and really wanted to know the truth. And he was trying to get me to change my mind, it seems. What? Huh? Why would my dad be trying to stop you from leaving? I never talked with you about this story before, but your father, the current executive director, was once my trainer. When I had first joined the company, he was the one who made sure I did everything the correct way. The reason I've made it to where I am today is because of him. Is that right? But what does that have to do with anything? Compared to an old hag like you, my dad would much rather listen to what I want over you. So when I tell him to have you fired, he's going to make sure that you're fired for sure. But what if I told you that I'm the CEO's daughter? A cheap lie like that is never going to work on me. You sound so crazy now that I'm actually going to laugh. You're welcome to believe that I'm lying right now. But if I really was lying to you about that, then why would your father have called me 500 times trying to stop me from leaving? What? Are you serious? But nobody ever told me anything about you being the CEO's daughter. If you've really been the daughter of the CEO this whole time, then shouldn't everyone be sucking up to you more? And shouldn't you be working in a higher level position than just the manager of the sales department? Nobody knows about who I am, though, because I've made sure to keep it all a secret. I'm being asked to become the next CEO of this company once my dad has stepped down, but I also enjoy doing what I've been doing so far, working as the manager of the sales department. So I'd been thinking of working as the manager right up until I'm asked to take my dad's seat. That's why I never wanted to say anything to any of the people here about who I really am. Which is why there are very, very few people within this company who actually know that I'm the CEO's daughter. I don't get why you'd want to hide something like that, though, from everyone. Why aren't you acting all high and mighty when you're literally, like, the second in command here? Because I don't feel the need to act all arrogant and proud of myself like that. Anyway, just know that your father is fully aware that I'm the daughter of the CEO. And that is exactly why he started to get all worked up like that after he heard the rumors that I'd be leaving the company. I made sure to talk with him about a lot of what might happen yesterday, but it seems you really wanted me gone as soon as possible, right? Well, your father already told me that he won't have me fired, no matter how hard you try and get him to. Then, Then why did you tell me a while ago that you'd be quitting? Don't you want to leave this company? I never said that I was quitting the company. I just said I was leaving. Leaving my position as the sales department manager. I don't want to have to deal with you anymore. Also, I was told by my dad that it's time for me to take on some more roles within this company in order to prepare. I never knew about that, though. This is unfair. I don't care that you're the next in line CEO of this company. My dad should be above you as the executive director. So I'm going to figure out some way to get you fired from here. Dad, why are you not listening to what I asked you to do and doing it? You have a choice between your one and only daughter and that old hag. Who is more important to you right now?
Paige, do you not understand the type of woman that Olive is?
I already heard about that crap from her. She's the daughter of the current CEO, right? Her hiding such an important fact like that about herself from the rest of us is so freaking stupid of her. I hate people like that. I bet you, deep down, she was doing it on purpose to make me look bad. She is someone an executive director like you should not be defending right now.
Olive is not the type of person who would do something like that to hurt you in any way. The reason all of this had to happen to you in the first place is because you chose to continue coming into work drunk every day. You are the reason for all of this, yet for some reason you don't see that. Why not?
Huh? What? Are you getting all worked up now because she's the CEO's daughter? Does she make you scared, Dad? I don't care that she says she's going to be the next CEO someday because right now all she is the manager of the sales department. That's all she is. Which means that you are still above her on the company ladder, Dad. All you need to do is just fire her and everything will go back to being normal. Or could it be that you feel close to her because you were the one who trained her back in the day?
If you know about how she was my trainee, what makes you think you should still be talking about us? I have no reason at all to be firing her, yet you keep going on about how I have every right to do that to her.
Jeez, come on, Dad. Are you actually going to let that old hag win? Ugh, this is the worst. I'm going to go tell Mom about this right now. I'm not sure what the hell has been going on here inside the company walls, but maybe you and that old hag have become too close to one another. Disgusting.
Listen, you cut that crap out right now, making fun of other people like that. I really was an idiot spoiling you as much as I did just because you're my daughter. You just had to keep telling me about how hard it was for you to find a job after school. Because of that, you made me think you actually wanted to take things seriously and work for a change, and that's why I got you a job here in my company.
And I've been coming into work, haven't I?
While you reek of alcohol, right? Are you going to tell me that you've been coming in and actually doing your job while being drunk? Back when you were first born, this company wasn't as big as it is now, and the best I could do with this job was bring home the money needed to feed you and your mom. But that required me to also be at work a lot more and leave the house in your mom's hands, which now I'm really starting to regret. I never thought you'd be raised into this ignorant little self-centered child by your mother alone.
I'm not some self-centered child, though.
You're going to object to that when you're not even listening to what I have to say? I'm to blame for you becoming such a woman, and that means I'm going to take full responsibility for you.
What kind of responsibility are you talking about? Are you going to do so by firing the old hag for me? Or do you mean that you're going to promote me into a position that would allow me to work even less and make even more?
From now on, I am no longer going to be sending you any more of my money.
What?
And of course that means I'm canceling that credit card of yours that I made for you as well. You still have plenty of things you need to learn before becoming a self-respecting adult. And in order for you to learn, you're being kicked out of the house. So while you're out living on your own, you're going to have to make your own money in order to support yourself.
You can't do that to me. With the money I'm making here, I can barely even afford to go out and play every night.
Which is strange considering that this company pays their new hires very well. Paige, you need to learn what's actually important in life as an adult, and that means you're gonna have to fix that selfish character you've developed and learn to think more about others.
No way. I already told my friends, though, that next week I'd be going to the biggest club in the city with them. Also, I told them that drinks would all be on me that night.
I don't care about that. I have no reason to be paying for you to go out and spend all that money anymore.
But if you take all the money and my credit card away from me, I'll no longer be able to go out with my friends. What are you going to do when I end up all alone?
If you not having money means that you'll no longer have any friends, then you need to understand that they never were your friends in the first place. In other words, you guys only ever hung out because of the money you had.
No way.
If you don't want to live the rest of your life alone, then you need to work on fixing your behavior to one where people will enjoy you for who you are. You're an adult now, which means that you need to take responsibility for things like that on your own. Are we done here? I have a lot on my plate at the moment, and you need to hurry up and pack all your things so that you can leave my house soon.
No, I don't want to leave the house. Paige, seems you've still not made it into work today. Did you take the day off or something? Shut the hell up! I don't have time to go into work anymore. I am busy getting myself ready to move out of my dad's house right now. Oh my, so you're having to move out of your parents' house now, I see. Well, isn't that great? You'll finally be able to learn what it means to be an adult. I bet you're seeing this as the best outcome for you right now, aren't you? Well, it's not for me. My dad isn't going to be giving me any more money, and I'll have to start surviving on my own. But I don't have the money to do that right now. And when I told all of my friends that I promised to go out to the clubs with that I could no longer go, they all blocked me. Because of you, I'm going to be all alone. Isn't that your fault, though, since you only ever made friends with those that only seem to care about your money? Please don't blame me for something I had nothing to do with. No, this is your fault, though. Being next in line to becoming the CEO, you have the ability to talk with HR, right? That means you can tell them to raise my salary for me. If you do that for me, then I'll forgive you for all those times you went against me. I really don't care for your forgiveness, Paige. I know that really you're jealous of the young and beautiful woman I am, right? That's the only reason you could possibly have for bullying me like this. You think that a trivial reason like that is why I was always hard on you? How about you stop belittling me like that for once? All I was doing was trying to train you into a decent employee for the company, as that was my duty as the manager of our department. I had every right to talk to you like that and treat you like you didn't know what you were doing. The biggest problem I had with you wasn't even to do with your drinking either. It was to do with you always using your father's position as the executive director to take advantage of others and make them do all your work while you just sat there sleeping or eating. And no matter how many times I went and warned you, you never once listened to me. Which is why I ended up taking on so much stress. This is the exact reason why I hate people who use their parents' position to get whatever they want, no matter if they deserve it or not. Huh? Because I am the daughter of a CEO, I have been raised in a very strict household. Not only was I having to study every day at school, but when I'd get home and finish all my homework, my dad would teach me about his company and about how to become a successful person. And he always told me that no matter what, studying to succeed was the most important thing in life. I had to be careful when I'd go to school or hang out with my friends to never tell them who I really was. I didn't want for people to treat me differently because my dad is powerful or because I had to study all the time at home. Yet after all these years of having to be careful about what I told others, you came into this company and started to tell everyone who your father is and what you could do. And whenever anyone would talk back to you or go against you, you threatened to have them fired over it. I know all about your threats to everyone in our department, Paige. Well, that's because... But if I can use what I have, I'm going to use it. I'm not sure if you were ever aware of this or not, but to this company, you are nothing more than heavy baggage. All you ever do is pick on everyone else, never doing a single thing that you're supposed to. There is no use for a person like you in this company. I had a talk with my dad, and starting next month, I'll be the new CEO of this company. I thought I'd just let you know that right now so that you can prepare. Because starting next month, you are going to be let go and will no longer have a job here. You're kidding me. You can't. I've already lost all that money which was coming from my dad. How will I be able to pay for myself now? I never thought something like this could ever happen to me, and that's why I went out and bought all sorts of new jewelry and clothing and stuff online. But now my dad is telling me to pay for all that stuff myself. Yet now I'm going to be fired too, if that happens. You still have a month before you have to go, though. So during that time, I think it's best you start looking for your next job. I can't. I was already failing at finding a job right after I got out of school. There is no way I can find myself a new job now. Please, you can do anything to me, but just don't fire me. I promise that from now on I will change and make sure to get all my work done. What are you going on about? You still have a chance to find work outside of here, right? After all, unlike the old hag I am, you are a young and attractive young woman, right? I'll apologize to you for all the times I called you an old hag, all right? So please, as the CEO, can you make sure not to have me fired from this company? The thing is, though, Paige, I can no longer trust any of the things you're saying to me right now. So please, try your best to find yourself a new job before your time is up here. Good luck. No way. What do I have to do in order to get you to forgive me? Do you want me to come to your office and get on all fours begging you to forgive me or something? Olive!
Paige has finally gone and moved out of my house now. She took all the things that she could physically bring along with her and left, and will now start looking for a new job out there in the world somewhere. Olive, with everything in mind, I am so sorry for all the trouble that she caused you. Due to her violent behavior of thinking she could just do whatever she wanted in the office, you had to go through a lot.
Well, that's very true. I just never expected her to take things so far with that attitude she has and end up hurting herself in the end.
She was able to do all of that because I spent too much time here, working for this company, and was never around her enough to teach her how to become a decent person. Since I plan on taking full responsibility for her actions, would it be all right if I stepped down from my position as executive director and left the company? I'll allow you to tell me if that's okay or not. After all, you're going to be the next CEO starting next month, which means by that point you can do anything you want to me, and I won't be able to say a word.
I suppose it would be easy for me to get rid of you now. But I know best just how amazing of a person you are, both inside of this company and outside of it.
Stop saying all those things about me. After what happened this time, you know those are not true.
Having to become the new CEO for this company is a very big deal and something that requires all hands on deck. So for you to leave this company or have me fire you, that would be a massive blow to us and cannot be allowed. For the sake of this company and all the men and women who work under you, please stay with us for a little while longer. I need someone like you in this company, even if I'm in a position above you.
I see. If that's what you're going to say to me, then it can't be helped, can it? I promise to make up to you all of that trouble my daughter caused one way or another. And the first way I'll do that for you is by making sure my daughter is fired right away.
I'll leave you to that then, George. Thank you. After having been kicked out of her parents' house, Paige went and found herself a dirt-cheap apartment to move into. That was very old and falling apart at all four corners of the room. But due to the fact that a woman like her had always lived a life of spending so much money making everything she consumed and owned fancy, whatever money she was making during her remaining time in the company was all wasted. What could have been used to pay off all that debt she was in was gone, and that led to her having to go into even further debt as the interest on her credit card started to kick in. I believe that at some point she just gave up and went to a loan shark or something to get more money in order to pay that credit card debt off, as well as have some extra money to enjoy herself with again. But I knew that it wouldn't be long before that loan shark sent someone after her to get that money back, and I think that would end up happening to her soon enough. And while she was going around looking for a new job to take on after being fired, she tried to have her dad help her by putting in a good word for her. However, plenty of her coworkers whom she had abused and forced to do all of her work back here had already taken things online and spoke about how horrible of an employee she was, and that there was no merit at all in hiring someone like her. So in the end, she was never able to find a new job before she had to leave my company and would be in much bigger trouble. Because like I was suspecting would soon happen, the loan shark sent some of his goons after her, and they found her walking out of her apartment and followed her. They followed her all the way to this old and abandoned part of town, where they then went and snatched her, and took her somewhere nobody could find her, and taught her a lesson in why it wasn't smart to try avoiding the debt that she was in. And so once that lesson had been taught to her, and she was all bruised up and looking like a dropped apple, she was taken back to her apartment and told to start paying up. After she realized there was no hope for her, she settled for a part-time job working at a coffee shop on the first floor of her apartment building, where she's now having to work as a dish cleaner, making minimum wage. She no longer has any friends or family to really spend time with either, and has resorted to spending all of her time at home in that old apartment, never even having to leave the apartment building since she's already working there. As for myself, the end of the month had come, and with that, I was made the new CEO of the company as my dad went and retired. And as the new CEO, the first thing I did was tell everyone that I'd be doing some small restructuring and such to the company, to make it a far nicer place for everyone to work in and no longer worry about people like Paige being hired, which saw huge support from everyone. Having to be a CEO is a very tough job, and I can tell you right now that it will be some time before I'm really used to the responsibilities. But having a close friend, and my trainer is still at my side to this day, means that I'll have nothing to worry about at all and can rely on him in case there is ever a thing I might need. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.